Okay, so this begins kind of abruptly with me getting the final mini rainbow droplet, kind of redundant sentence, in chapter 3, main page. Now, you'll notice that, again, this happened. I collected something without even seeing the darn thing on screen. So I had to kind of fudge around and be like, well, where is this actual thing? I thought it was hilarious. If this was a casual playthrough, I would have just kept going. But since this is for you guys, and I want to show you where everything is, I had to be like, well, where is it? So it's in one of these pillars here. This one. Come on, it needs a little more water or something to reveal this hidden passage. Almost, not quite. Almost not quite the same. What is that? That's a Kansas album, right? No, it's always never the same. It's Kansas with the London Symphony Orchestra. I convinced one of my friends to do a podcast episode on Kansas Song for America, the album, because he's been doing different albums. And he just did like Dark Side of the Moon, and I was like, sure, why don't I recommend him one of my favorite albums for his podcast? And I was really nervous, like not sure what to pick, but I shouldn't have been that nervous because he has pretty wide open tastes in music, but I don't know, my tastes in music are so like I've been in music for so long that I always talk about the weird bands, and it's like, but I always have to worry, like, oh, are people on my level? No, but he's doing that, and of course his tastes are very wide open, so I should give him more credit. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and yes, it's Kansas Song for America. It was like, it's not an album that's been in my heavy rotation recently, but it's it was an album that was pretty special to me during some time in high school. I really only remember just like 2 songs from it. I remember Song for America, the title track, and Lamplight Symphony. And I always remember this one passage in this one part of Song for America being one of my favorite things that Kansas ever wrote, just because of the time signature changes and the rhythms and the chord progression. So when my harmony teacher asked us to like bring in parts of our favorite repertoire, expecting like Chopin and Mozart, and they're talking about like whether they use root position or first inversion chords, I was like, I'm gonna bring in this song by Kansas, and I've been kind of doing this, letting my freak flag fly, and for a while I'm kind of getting used to it, and people are kind of getting used to it. But also, just quickly, what we're doing here is mashing the stick button, not the control stick, the stick button. This is also one of my favorite songs in the game. I should just let it play for a little while. So nice. We're here back at the pinball machine, which was something I was kind of half looking forward to, half dreading. You have to hit this golden ball here in the center. It's not really clear about how many times you hit it, but you actually have to hit it 5 times. So each time you hit it, one of the apartments on the right side will light up, and a little mouse will come out of its hole and start like doing the cha-cha in its little cave there. And once you get to 4, it's like, well, there are 4 apartments, there are 4 little caves for the mice. It's kind of weird though, and like, I didn't exactly have an audio cue because, again, I was doing the thing where I record this with the sound off, and I have like my headphones and my phone listening to. See, it makes the sound, and then it starts giving you infinite balls, basically. But then you'll see. I was like, how do I get the puzzle piece? Do I just get it? And then the rainbow drop appeared, and I was like, oh shoot, well, what do I do now? So yeah, nothing happened. Even though I you heard the little chime, and you saw the 4 mice and the 4 apartments light up. It's very weird. I don't think that's exactly good design, because how is the player supposed to know they're supposed to hit it 5 times and not 4? This reminds me again of the time that there was this like retro pinball store in Manchester, Vermont, and we were hanging out there, and my parents were doing some shopping for clothes, and I was kind of bored, and I went into the store and there was nobody else there, and the woman was like, well, are you gonna play? And I was just like, well, I just wanted to look around. And she was like, looking around doesn't help us pay the bills. And no, but I was like, I was not about to pay like whatever it was, $20 for half an hour. It was probably something reasonable like that, but I couldn't convince my dad to pay for it, and the woman was just rude. But she does have a point. Looking around does not help her pay her bills. But I don't know. I just remember that it had like different themes. It had like an Elvira pinball machine and something about Star Trek and all these different things. And yeah. Stop saying and yeah, that's not good commentary. So I was this is sort of an abrupt transition, but I was just kind of thinking about like what the great problem in our society is today. And if I could change one thing about society, I would just change it so that people are, not so much focused on being number one or the most successful, but just being unique, just letting their own unique, bright, individual light shine. I don't know, because I believe that there's, something that makes every person unique. But like, it's sometimes hard to shine through because that person is so focused on the wrong things. They're focused on being better than everyone else or something. It's just, life is not a competition. And YouTube is glutted with ads like, make $10,000 a month with your online business, and that's exactly it. People are focused on, making money, making more money than their fellow man. And I don't know, if people could just focus on being themselves, like just being the most unique, being themselves, just being the best version of themselves, I guess. I don't know how to put it any better than that, but that's my story. And I thought about it literally when I was like waiting at a crosswalk, and like the guy just, like I was standing back because like, the cars were splashing all this, like melted dirty snow on me. and I was just standing back away out of the splash zone, and this guy, steps several paces in front of me, and then, crosses the crosswalk even though the light hasn't changed and there's, a car coming. And I'm just like, why are people so competitive? So there's that puzzle piece. I like how it just suddenly takes you under the ground and then whoop, you up through the top of the apartment building. It's very weird. So that was a short episode of Fluidity, but that's the way